Welcome back to the Chad Hasty Show on News Talk KFYO. We go to the phones this morning. Always a pleasure to visit with our next guest, State Representative Dustin Burrows. Good morning, sir. How are you today?
Morning, Chad. I'm doing fine. Thank you for having me on today.
Absolutely. Well, obviously, there's been a lot of talk about ERCOT and the city of Lubbock. I know most of Lubbock scheduled to move over to the ERCOT system in June of 2021. This is something that I'm sure quite a few of your constituents have been talking to you about. I know they've been texting into the show about, and is this a good idea right now for Lubbock to join ERCOT? As a state lawmaker and hearing what you're hearing about what happened with the ERCOT grid, what are your thoughts right now on the city of Lubbock joining ERCOT?
Yeah, let me ask that question in just a second. I'm calling you from the Texas Capitol. I've been here in Austin, and we're not able to get on the road and drive back, hopefully tomorrow, hoping conditions warm up. Last few days, I actually have four-wheel drive, and, Austin's got some hills with ice, and went and took in a couple of, friends, colleagues of mine from around the state that had lost power, still some without power. We're on a boil water notice because the ERCOT, grid and system failed, at least, in a lot of the major metroplexes in the I-35 corridor. It is hopefully warming up, hopefully de-thawing, but it's clear as day that we have problems. Texas is about to have hearings. We deserve answers. We deserve to come up with solutions to find out what we need to make sure this does not happen again. The way I look at it from the city of Lubbock standpoint, obviously, we didn't have the same problems because we're not on the grid yet. And I think about it like this, Chad. It's kind of like buying a used car, and we're out on a test drive, and all of a sudden that check engine light comes on, and we haven't had a chance to go take it to the mechanic to see what the repair bill might be to know if it's a good deal or not. So I don't know if it's possible to hit a pause button or not. But certainly I think that, if we could take the time to hit a pause button, get through some of these hearings, see what the repair bill on ERCOT's going to be, that'd be a good thing.
How do you go about that? I mean, is that a city? I guess it kind of goes into whose call is that? Is that a state lawmaker call? Is that a city of Lubbock call? Is that an LP&L? Who makes that call?
Well, I think it's going to be the board of directors over on LP&L and some others. And, the question is, can they even do it at this point in time? Is there a chance to slow down or not? And I hope they're taking a look to see if that option's available or not.
What, as far as what you have heard, we've seen headlines out there that the ERCOT grid was moments away from total collapse. Is that what you've heard? And if that would have happened, what does total collapse look like?
Well, I don't know what total collapse looks like. I know it's going to be a real problem because we would not be able to get the grid back online from what we're hearing for months to maybe even a year. It would have been devastating. So I think that we're hearing the same reports, that it was moments away. I think that's what ERCOT said in a press conference yesterday. So we're getting that same information. One of the good things is, Chad, is Speaker of the House and Lieutenant Governor have asked for hearings next week to start to get to the bottom of this, to find out, what preparation was not done, what planning was not done, what needs to be done, and try to find out, how close we really were to a complete total failure.
Visiting with State Representative Dustin Burrows, Chairman Burrows, here on the Chad Hasty Show. If you were asked for advice from the folks at LP&L or the folks at the city of Lubbock, what would you advise them to do?
I'd be asking to see if there's any way we can get a temporary reprieve and pause from joining ERCOT till we know what it's going to look like. Is there a way to, have some short-term contracts or other things to take a look at, see if we can slow down the transition till we know what the ERCOT grid and what the price tag is going to be once we move over to it. I mean, these hearings will produce a lot of results. We are going to have a better understanding of what the repair cost is going to be for the ERCOT grid. and also whether or not that's going to be passed along to the consumer, how it's going to be paid for. I'd want to know those answers if possible before we finally go over there.
Well, and let me also ask you this, because I know the governor has said, we're going to winterize stuff. We're going to winterize the system. We're going to do all this. Wasn't some of this stuff known beforehand, and it just didn't make sense to spend the money at that point to winterize all this equipment when, very rarely do we see a storm like this sweep over the entire state of Texas. And, if it didn't make, financial sense then, how does it make financial sense now?
Well, the first part is, I think back in 2011, there were some reports done because of a similar, but I think not to the same scale event that happened. Many of us have been furnished copies of those reports and are looking through them that did make recommendations. The question is, should some of these providers have done this in the first place? And the economic part of it, it sure looks like right now people wish we had done it. And so we're going to have that debate. As part of what I'm talking about, the repair bill is if this happened, once every 10 years, it probably is something that we need to be doing, and what's it going to cost and how's it going to be paid for?
Yeah. And I guess my final question to you would be, and I know you don't have the final numbers as to how much all of this would cost. Is there a ballpark? And two, can we afford it as a state that, we already have a budget shortfall, and, everyone else wants their piece of the pie in the state right now? Can we afford to do these type of repairs?
Yeah, Chad, right now we were just hoping for warm temperatures. We're trying to deal with the property damage, the damage to our livestock industry, what's happened to many people who've been stranded and, I think have been physically hurt and harmed by this event, and we're trying to get a handle on that. We've set, hearings as quick as I can ever remember to try to start getting our arms around what the cost of the repair bill will be and how we're actually going to be able to pay for that. And those debates will be coming in the coming days. To answer your question specifically at this point in time, I'm not aware of what that's going to be, but very soon we will be.
Yeah. Do you know if these hearings will be online or where people can watch?
Yeah, they will be online. I've actually posted a link on my Facebook page. I'm happy to send it to you as well. It's Burrows4TX is my Facebook handle. We'll put some more out, but they will be online streaming, and I think well covered not only by the statewide media, but probably this has gotten national attention. So I think that we'll have a lot of people tuned in, and we'll start to get the answers.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, appreciate you taking some time to join us today, and stay safe out there, stay warm, and we'll visit with you again as the session continues, Chairman.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Chad. Always a pleasure.
That's Chairman Dustin Burrows here on the Chad Hasty Show, News Talk KFYO.